So you can say fat wad, but I can't say creamy.
I'm not a teacher. I can say fat wad. I can say creamy.
Creamy fat wood.
Creamy fat wad.
Say all manner of awful things. Hello, everyone. Dad Pants here. Give the pants a chance, I say. That's right, it's Dad Pants, not that fucking Hamish Blake dad podcast that he's trying to do. That's #1 in the charts.
What?
Fucking
What?
Yeah. Why do you need a dad podcast, Hamish Blake?
What's he done? Nothing.
Well, had a child, I think.
No.
And that gives him license to talk about dadding. Who does he think he is?
Ridiculous.
Does he do it in a light-hearted, charming way?
No, it's not funny.
Oh.
It's just, I don't know what it is. But having said that, I don't know what this is either. So
I was going to say, it's like I said. he was listening to us. I was like, "Ooh, that's some good shit." Yeah, I'm gonna copy that format.
So yes, Stu here, and I'm with a shortened pants panel tonight. Some hemmed up pants, we'd probably say.
Yeah.
Matt is here and Rich is here. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, yes, we're very jodhpur, maybe.
G'day.
you call it.
Yeah, where's Big Gims?
Well, he's off holidaying up the coast again.
God,
Always talking about being busy. It seems to take a shitload of holidays. Work
I
that
was going to
out.
say, everyone bitches about teachers having lots of holidays. Teachers wish they were Wiggins.
Well, that's true.
This is true.
Profound quote pretty early in the show.
Yeah, you're right. Teachers always dream about working in retail. There's no doubt about it.
That's absolutely Boxing Day sales. Oh.
Yeah, God. Oh.
And on the Monty front, I hadn't heard from him for a long time, and I reached out to him before this and seen how he was going, because he told me that he'd actually recorded some stuff on his end with a guest.
Oh, wow, cool.
He wants to do like a Canadian offshoot. But then it never got sent through to me. So I checked in with him, and he's been working pretty much 12-hour days, it would seem, because we talked about this on the pod, right? That he's got a job managing a tire place.
I don't think I know this.
Really?
I don't know this. No.
No.
That's
Let's
that's
go
very
back for
manly.
a second. Sorry.
That's pretty dadly.
Very dadly. Look.
I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. If not, he's going to have to listen to it after it's out. And then,
I mean, like if there's one tire shop in Canada and they know who it is, what do you mean?
we've said the town he lives in before, but I'll just never say it again. How about that?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening, so if I know I was there, so I know what country he's in. That's a winner.
But it's
Right.
getting into winter.
Oh,
And if it's a tire place, what are they all doing over there in Canada? They're
Little
putting all
snow
their
chains.
putting all their winter bits on. So winter bits.
come and see Monty for your winter bits.
Might be a title early on as well. So he has gone from working with me at Channel 10 making podcasts to working in a tire place, which I think is pretty good. And
I was going to say, that sounds like a step up, doesn't it?
Certainly in value to the community, and probably pay.
There'd be a lot of standing around looking at tires with other dads, right?
And kicking tires.
Kicking tires and putting your hands in your pockets. There'd be a bit of that.
I don't know. I reckon tire places, it'd be one of the most profitable businesses going. Like, they do quick turnover. Like, there's not a great deal to it from their end. Like, there's no way I'd do it. This is the thing. I'd be like, it's not a job you do yourself. You go to the tire place, you get them to sort it out.
Yeah.
And how many
putting the
times?
tires on. Yeah.
How many times are they successful upsellers? A lot, I reckon.
Well, that's the
that's it.
thing is, like, the place I go, they have shafted themselves on a number of occasions where I've got a puncture, a flat tire, and I change the tire, and then I go in and I'm like, I need to exchange this, and they look at it and they go, oh, we could just patch that for $20. I'm like, thanks, but
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You could have just said, all right, yep, you need a new tire.
Well, you know what that is? That's reverse discrimination. That is assuming that because we're men, we know what the fuck we're talking about when it comes to tires and handyman gear.
I don't reckon. Mechanics, they don't give a shit that I'm a man.
No, but they're getting in before you go, that's a patch job, you charlatan. You know what I mean?
So you don't think they do that with a woman? Oh, there we go. This is a current affair expose right there.
Are you now
send in a punctured tire with a man, a woman, a black man, an Asian man, an Asian woman,
now
disabled person?
From what I'm gathering, Ellis, you want me to play all of those characters.
I do want you to play all those characters.
Oh God!
What a bizarre turn this is.
Yeah. But I just find every tire place, there was one at Dapto I went to, maybe it's a Dapto thing again, tire places and chicken shops, but it was always chockers. And the guy who ran it was so efficient and so on the ball. It was just one of those things. He could have been running like literally a multi-billion-dollar company type thing. He was that organized and that just astute at customer service. He knew exactly who was what and where. And there was just the waiting room was just chockers with people, and it was a constant turnover. I was just like, this is a good business.
Now, I don't know how we got onto tire stuff, but I know someone who worked.
Monty works there.
Yeah, where Monty works there. But what I mean is, like, I didn't realize I had all knowledge of tires until this.
You had a lot of tire content.
I had a lot of tire content, and he was saying that one of the things that is a constant is people coming in and saying, I need like 4 new tires on the car, and they're like, well, you've got these tires, and when you quote them the price, the person thinks that's for 4 tires. You never quote them how much it is for 4 tires altogether. You quote them the individual tires,
yeah,
and then they go, no, that sounds good, like it's $240, and they're like, yep, that sounds good. And then you put the 4 tires on and they come back and you go, that'll be $960. And they are too embarrassed to go, I thought you meant 1 tire. And then you'd say, well, why would I only say 1 tire? Like, why would 4 tires be $60 if they're brand? Anyway, all of that. And they said that happens so often.
Yep.
They never check. And he said, you can tell in their eyes when they don't realize that they're agreeing, and you just go, oh, okay. So that's the reverse of like.
I wonder if anyone's ever said, "I'll take them off then."
Well, I would say that happens far less than people.
Well, that's what I mean.
Immediately getting hot and sweaty, and going, okay. There's no way these tires can be removed and replaced with cheaper tires.
Yeah. Okay, kids. Looks like we won't be eating for a few months.
It costs more than my car, but whatever.
That's it.
I think in this day and age, if you're not doing a cursory look at the kind of ballpark of what things cost before you go in on the internets, then a bit of a fuck knuckle, aren't you?
What kind of a dad are you? What kind of a dad are you?
Yeah.
If you haven't found the best, or hanging around for one of the buy 3 get 1 free.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, I'll just get 3 tires.
So anyway, long story short, Monty has recorded something. I haven't got
short story long.
He's busy. He works in a tire place. I don't know if he wanted me to say that, but I have.
And we've talked a lot about tires.
And he's ripping people off.
He's ripping people off. Or he's helping them out patching up tires when he could be ripping
either
them
patching punctures or he's quoting them for 1 tire. And that's the 2 positions.
But he did send me a photo of the tire place, and it's big. It's a big bloody place.
Did he mention anything about his daughter?
No, nothing about his daughter.
Shop.
No, he usually does, but in this instance, like, it was purely me kind of passag saying, you haven't kind of talked to me for a long time and send me what you said you were going to send me. So, no, but ice on the, like snow everywhere. So, yeah, I want to hear from him about how his ice driving chops are.
Oh,
ice driving.
That freaks me out.
Yeah. Black ice driving.
Yeah. Yeah, that gets me. Like, you see some of that footage from snowy country, like, nah, that's not for me. I suppose this is why people just must hibernate during the wintertime. Like, there'd be people like that who just wouldn't leave the house.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I would. Not worth it.
No. But I suppose you get used to it. I don't know.
But also,
That's a
you
tough
can
one.
get your groceries and shit delivered these days. Make them deal with it. You know.
Yeah.
Matt, did you have any more tire content you wanted to get out before we move on?
I mean, I could
save it for another day. Or?
Yeah, maybe I'll save it for next time. But I'll leave the chat and I'll just get it all together and I'll be back in 10 minutes with the portfolio.
Well, you'll notice that what I said last episode we were going to do hasn't happened at all. But I think we all expected that, didn't we?
Yep.
In terms of regularity of episodes, etc.
Yep.
But what I would like to know from last episode is, can we get a grapes update? Rich, you were concerned. You live in an area that produces a lot of grapes. You were concerned due to weather conditions that this batch of grapes was going to be subpar, something of the tasteless kind of dull variety. Has that come to bear?
Well, they're still we're having a very late harvest this year because of the weather. It's been ridiculous. So we're still kind of in the very early days of coming through at the moment. So it's not looking good, Stuart. I'll put it that way. It's not looking good. It's going to be a late harvest. So hang out for your grapes a lot later on if you get any at all. The river's kind of sitting, or it's lapping the steps of the rowers. I'll put it that way.
I was gonna ask you though, how you're fairly upstream of the Murray. So
we're on the big junction between the Darling and the Murray. That's flooded up at the moment. It's very strange watching it slowly creeping up. Like my concept of a flood as a kid, when we lived down by the lake and it used to flood, was always, great swathes of rain, and then it would come up really quickly and just have nowhere to go, and it'd hang around for a day or so, and then it was gone. Yeah. Whereas this has just been this really strange, kind of menacing, slow creep. Like it's happening kind of on a day to day. Like you can pick your markers and you can see it slowly getting higher and higher. And they're saying, the predictions are, they don't even know, but the predictions are that they're going to keep rising for the next kind of 7 to 10 days at least. Yeah. Before it actually peaks out. And so as I say, it's kind of strange and menacing. It's kind of sitting in the background of everything. It's almost like some kind of noir thriller, this impending doom going on in the background. It's pretty cool.
You moved to that area, 3-4 years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago now. I've been here.
All right. So unfortunately, that means I'm still going to be you an expert in grapes. So my question is do you think that the situation happening there is happening countrywide? Because I'm fucking disappointed in grapes at the moment at the supermarket.
Absolutely. It was such a wet winter. As I say, this is the thing. You need the frosts to kind of produce a sweet fruit, both in citrus and in grapes and stuff. And so without that nice cold snap in the morning, then the grapes, they don't sweeten up. So I'll have a chat with Joe, my fruiterer.
Please do.
Tomorrow. And he's got the good word on what's coming in through South Australia. So they get the later grapes, I know, through there as well. So we'll see how they're going. They might have had a slightly better time of it, but it's not looking promising, Stu. I think that's the forecast.
Well, I trust that the grain grocers are, being above board and so on, but I reckon the supermarkets are getting some older, probably grapes that have been in the deep freeze because they're going off so quick. They're going off so quick after you buy them.
Aren't they American at the moment?
I was going to say there's a lot of imported stuff.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh,
check your grapes, Buckland. They could be American.
They're in the same packet as they always were.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You got to know the seasons. My daughter was like, "Can we buy grapes?" I'm like, they're very expensive. Let's find out why. And I was like, "These are American. We don't want them. Want those American grapes. Get them out of here.
Yeah,
only Australian grapes for us.
Yeah,
that's right. Maybe New Zealand grapes.
Yeah. We'll treat them like the people of Brisbane treated the US soldiers that were staying there in World War II.
Start bashing grapes.
Start bashing the shit out of them.
So no, just
I'm making some Yankee wine.
It's a grape riot.
Matt, I've got a couple of stories, but you said you had something you wanted to share with us, so we might go there first. What do you think?
All right. This is a story, I guess, of moving house. So now, from a long way back, I remember Ellis telling a story of having a Christmas tree made of beer bottles in his house, and when they had to move, they couldn't fit it out the door.
So this was a Christmas tree made over time of beer bottles that you've been drinking.
Yeah.
And it reached a point. It reached a point where you couldn't actually remove it from the room that it was.
Well,
in, right?
we got very ambitious, and I think we went with. I'm pretty sure the base was 12 by 12. No, it must have been more than that. It was a big base. I think it was close to 256. I can't even remember what the actual thing was. The base of it was massive. And so we had this big square base and didn't even think. We were using like liquid nails to hold it all together. And we were alternating between layers of stubbies and layers of long necks. And so the whole thing would have weighed hundreds of kilos by the time it was done. It was like 10-foot high ceilings we had in this place. So, and it was scraping the roof. It was a big Christmas tree. But yeah, it was stuck inside. We left it for the real estate to sort out.
Right.
We didn't even do it. Yeah. So we just kind of left it there. And they were like, "Oh, what are you going to do about this?" We're like, you guys can sort it out. So someone obviously would have had to have smashed it to remove it. And
out.
That was a good chunk of bond.
I was going to say, you could have paid your last rent with them taking that down to the recycling centre.
Yeah, this was back in the pre-days.
Yeah,
we also mowed the grass by having a party and having everyone bring a cardboard box and stand on the cardboard box out in the backyard just to flatten the grass out. That was how we mowed the lawn before we left.
Wow.
Genius.
Yeah.
So the reason I brought that up was this is a similar story of like leaving a property and leaving something behind. But in this case, so the people, the friends of mine, the husband's a fisherman, and so they were moving house and they were taking stuff out of his shed, and his wife was in the back room or something and looked out the window and heard him basically scream like a high-pitched wail, basically. And she was like, Jesus. And by the time she got out of the back door, he was already basically running with an esky and just running into the backyard. And she was like, well, what the hell? What happened? And he said, I obviously went fishing quite some time ago. And I caught 10 flathead or something like that. Put him in the esky with a whole lot of ice. Left it in the esky for
10 flatties he forgot about.
Yeah. Oh, he's a steady fisherman. So like it would have been every day. He's out fishing. So
I thought you were going to say he's a steady drinker. That's the only other.
So maybe put him in the esky and then it pissed down rain for 2 days. So then he forgot that. Anyway, so he said he found the esky and he picked it up and he was, oh, that's heavy. And he said he opened and the stench from it.
Oh,
can
you imagine?
Yeah,
no,
horrific.
I cannot.
So,
what do they put the time? What are they guessing the time period is that was sitting out
there? Indeterminable.
No,
like indeterminate, like just no idea. Let's just say he said it looked just indescribable, like completely rotted fish, completely decomposed in a bucket of water, basically.
In the esky, which turns into an oven. In
an esky that's an oven and airtight. So, what do you do with that?
Well, I would run it out to the gutter out the front and then just hose it till it wasn't there anymore.
I'd chuck it. You got to sacrifice it. There's no way you're using that esky again.
No.
That'd be traumatizing. No, I'd probably.
Correct.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So he basically dug a grave in the backyard, in the middle of the backyard. Just the whole thing. Just, put the lid back on, sealed it, dug a big hole, put the esky.
Oh, esky and all.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah, for sure.
The whole thing. He said there was no way I was taking that lid off ever again.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And he just buried it in the backyard. So I love the idea of them doing renos years later
and repeating the process.
No, or just like
I forgot about it.
how quickly the excitement might change of like, oh, what's this?
Buried treasure.
Well, bury immediately. You'd be like, oh, what's this?
It's a time capsule.
I found something. A time capsule, a crate or something. What is in here? And then it's an esky. Oh, what's inside? Wonder what's inside. Oh, can you imagine?
I just love the thought of it being the same people though, like, and for having them completely forget. This is exciting. What's it? Oh God, I can't believe I forgot.
I forgot like 10 years.
I did it again.
Well, that was the thing. They were moving out. That's what I mean. Like they were moving, and so they just dug it left in the backyard for the new people, whoever was turning up to check it out.
Are these people friends of yours?
There they are. Yes.
I don't know who forgets about 10 flatties.
I don't know either. I don't know.
I would have been tempted, and this is probably, I don't know whether I should admit to this, but I'd probably do the drive around and find, the random open dumpster.
Yeah, that's what I'd say. Why didn't you just take it?
That's where I'd be doing.
I couldn't put it in the car. I didn't want it anywhere near me. What if it's spilled?
Okay, all right. There's some good things. There's some good thinking.
That's what I thought. Was like, why don't you just go like put in a communal dumpster or something and just
who's on my shit list around here?
Wow.
Just fling it at them.
On the doorstep.
Rocking roofs, just no egg and don't egg the house. Just
just put it if
on the doorstep and ring the bell.
I was going to say with a card attached saying "thinking of you." I'm just going to go. Someone's brought a beer. This is awesome.
So gross. So yeah, hopefully someone does some renos. I'm going to be. We put a pool in, kids.
No, yeah.
When I moved into one of my flats, someone had left behind literally a douche in the drawer and then a giant turd in the toilet. Like, I'm not even talking about like kind of a pretend giant turd. It was the most enormous turd I've ever seen in my life. And
it's nice to get like a bit of a narrative going when you move into a new house.
That's exactly right. It was just kind of, it was like, was Trey Parker the previous tenant of this place or something? It was just such a weird, the two things left behind.
Oh dear. Turd sandwich and a giant douche. That's amazing.
That's exactly right.
Oh, wow. But how, I mean, again, this is like the Esky question. How long had it been sitting there?
Oh, well, this is exactly like, I don't know. The previous tenant, I think, was an old lady. And the turd, I think the turd has to have been left by either a worker who had come to inspect or clean the house or something.
Yeah.
Or someone who'd come, as I say, someone who'd come to inspect the house as a tenant and just laid one out and realized there was no toilet paper there. It was just the turd.
I mean, what could have happened is they could have, used the toilet and not realized the water's turned off.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. There's another title for you, Buck. Just the turd.
Just the turd. Oh, God. For your turds only.
You only turd one. Sorry.
Go through all the 20-something Bond films. What do I know?
Golden turd.
Golden turd. Turd eye. Yeah. Either way.
Turd eye.
Yeah. The Turd of Solace is a pretty good title.
Live and let turd.
Dr. Turd. Turd Raker.
Turd Raker's a winner, I think.
I love Live and Let Turd.
Turds are forever.
Turds are forever.
Turds are forever.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a break. We'll go to a break for a second. Before I do, I just wanted to tell you, I'm very proud of my son. As I may have mentioned to you the other day, I'm in the habit of just changing song lyrics to include his name, just to annoy him while I'm singing around the house. And I was singing something today. I can't really remember what it was, but the line was, the end of the line was not. So da-da-da-da, not. And then I said, I'd like to kick you in the crotch. And he just looked at me and said, Dad, you could have said scrot. That's a much better rhyme. And I was like, you're right. You're so right.
So right.
You
did Towsley's hair and just go.
I just said,
I'm so proud of you.
I'm redundant now. You're just you're doing everything that needs to happen here.
Did you hand him the dad pants? Was that the ceremonial moment? Son, I've got something to give you.
Oh, but also I'm disappointed in myself because scrot's a go-to for me. I don't know why it just didn't turn up in my mind at the time. You know,
there's your stinger for the start, Buckland.
That's getting older. It's getting older, I suppose, isn't it? Yeah. Things that are usually there just don't turn up quite when you need.
You don't have the scrot at your fingertips. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have a break. And when we come back, I got a couple of high school related things to tell you about that I'd like to get your opinions on. One from each of my sons.
Lovely.
We'll be back. And the only reason we're having a break is because I want to top up my drink.
My dad picks the fruit that goes through bunnies to make the cordial that I like best. My dad picks the fruit that goes through bunnies to make the cordial that I like best. My dad picks the fruit that goes through bunnies to make the cordial that I like best.
Kids deserve Cottee's cordials. Cottee's, with the great taste of 25% fruit juice.
The world. It's a weird place. My name is Stuart Buckland, and some guests and I are going to look at all the weird stuff that happens in this world of ours. Is that suitably vague enough for you? Bit weird, but fair enough, I guess. Find this podcast wherever you listen to other podcasts. And we're back. Stu here, Matt here, Rich here. Monty's over in Canada changing tyres in -4 degree weather. And as we told you earlier, Ben's up the coast playing beach cricket and getting drunk. But he's chimed in, he's given us 10 minutes of his time. Ben.
Hello.
Hello.
Way.
Oh, mate, I'm having a great time. Been at a brewery all afternoon. How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about it?
Yeah, how do you feel about it?
Don't give a fuck.
Not as good as how you feel about it. Drinking what
Yeah.
at the brewery?
What?
What's we go drinking?
Yeah, what's your pick of the brewery?
The pick this afternoon was the watermelon sour, to be honest.
Oh,
really
God. Wow.
Yeah. Was a bit warm. See? It was a
Okay.
bit warm. So needed something with a little bit of freshness to it.
Get off this call. Get off. I don't want to hear it.
Watermelon sour.
Fuck that.
This is dad pants, not.
No, it's
Metrosexual.
not.
How are you all?
It's not even the masculine aspect. It's just the flavor aspect. Watermelon's awful.
Well,
Yeah, that shut everyone up, didn't
Yeah,
it?
that's controversial, Buckland. What are you talking about? Watermelon's
Hang
delightful.
on a second.
I love watermelon.
I have been pilloried for my mango takes, and yet here we are,
Mm.
and our friend
Wiggins, we're not getting into your
like,
fruit
really, like,
fruit proclivities. Yours is
No.
way different.
But here's a
He
hot
just
take.
said watermelon's terrible.
Here's a
Yeah.
hot take for you. Watermelon tastes almost identical to cucumber. They're both fucking shit. They're just watery tang.
I don't know where I am at the moment. I'm going to just go over to hang out with Ellis and his
Sorry,
tasteless
Ben.
grapes.
Sorry, Ben.
Tasteless grapes. Kind of tasteless
Ben.
grapes and shitty oranges with a creeping river.
Oh no!
Yeah, mealy
Oh, no,
oranges
it was-
and tasteless grapes.
Was I not present for fruit
Grape
takes
talk.
earlier?
Yeah. Fruit
Great.
talk,
Fruit takes.
tire talk,
Fruit talk.
turd talk.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You guys.
Oh,
will
give
love
us
this,
your
right?
give us your
Okay,
best give us your best
I'll-
James Bond movie title with turd in it.
All right. All right. Okay. Well, hang on. I'll give you my best festival title that should have been. So there is a festival on in Coffs Harbour in about a week, right? And it's called the Blues and Berries Festival. And
Right.
why would it not be called the Blues and Fruits Festival? Tell
Blues
me
and
why
Fruits.
not.
I don't know, but you can talk to council, can't you, up there?
Can you get into?
Well, I've already
Is there
sent
a meeting
letter.
about that
I've sent
tonight?
one letter. Well, there was a meeting at the brewery this afternoon, which was good. That was good. We all agreed with my take, which was wonderful. But I think that might have been a little bit, we might have been heavily swayed.
There's no doubt it's a mistrick.
Yeah.
No doubt at all. But is this a yearly thing? Can you get in earlier for next year and say, listen, I've been sitting on this a while.
I think you guys need to work on this. And
Yeah.
and by work on it, I mean use my name.
Change the title.
And I'm going to give you. Yeah. How is Blues and Fruits not better than Blues and Berries?
Is it better than the turding daylights though?
That was going to be my next one.
Sorry.
Tomorrow never turds.
Doesn't GoldenEye just work? GoldenEye just works, right?
Golden
Yeah.
brown, eh?
Oh dear.
Let's put a line under that now, shall we?
You brought it up again, Buckland. Don't you dare.
I
start
wanted
that.
one
That's
from
right.
Wigo. That's all I wanted. Wasn't a license for you guys to keep pitching.
License to turd, Buckland.
Oh, license to brown eye. Yeah.
All right. Now, what are you doing up there? Drinking piss and having fun with your family? Is that the story?
Hey, there are 4 separate water slides at this place.
Oh,
And
gee.
then we went to another place that has 4 separate water slides on it. So like, as a holiday, it's heavy on slides, which is great.
I know what
Like,
that
as a-
leads to though. You told me last week this leads to heavy on chafe.
Wow. Oh, Matthew Barry, you are spot on. You are absolutely spot on. We have had. Does
You
anyone
told
want
me
to? Does anyone,
You're spot on
Does
it,
anyone
just
wanna-
saying something back to him that he said to you.
well, that's not.
No
does
wonder
anyone have-
everyone loved your thought that your Blues and Fruits Festival. If you're like, Wiggins, yeah, Blues and Fruits, and you're like, that's a great idea. You're like, no, that's what you said.
No.
Great. Sold. Sorry, carry on, Wiggins. I know
Right.
we don't
Does
have
anyone want to have a guess at how many? Oh, there are 5 people in my family. How many people have chafe?
Hang on.
Four.
It's got to be
Hang on.
4 at least.
I need time to make some really good game show music to put under
All right.
this.
Well, Buckman, I'm going to set it. Okay, someone else gets to set the over under on this because if I set it, everyone will just go over.
All right, 5.
Everybody's itchy.
Hang on, who's in the 5 though? Like, I'm going to say 3.
I was going to say all the kids and at least one of the parents.
Well done. That is the correct answer.
Oh, well done.
Now, what you need to guess is whether or not I was one of the parents.
Oh, I reckon this is a trick question. I reckon you don't have chafe because you probably haven't done enough to get it.
I'm going to say
Oh,
you would. I'm going to say your wife has chafe because otherwise it would be obvious if you had chafe.
Well, because I wouldn't have spoken to anyone. I wouldn't be talking to anyone right
No,
now.
we would be able to hear a fan in the background.
Exactly.
Yes,
just on
exactly
your
right.
bits.
There is a fan in the background, but it's on very lightly. It's on a low setting.
Oh dear.
He's got a tub of yogurt next to him.
No, well, it seems like, and if I'd have included other families in the chafe chat, then the over under would have been like 8.5, and everyone should have taken the overs because we bought all the pseudo cream in Coffs Harbour.
I don't remember the last time I had chafe. Why are you so chafed up? You like?
Hey, I'm not
Water
chafed up.
slides.
That's right, water slides, but
But we-
also chlorine, then out of the pool, like
Yeah.
And then back in the
out of
pool, in the pool.
not
Yeah.
drying off,
Not drying
and
off
just
and
back
walking
in the
around.
pool, then out of the pool, and then just wearing your boardies, undies. Here's my wife.
Semi-dry,
You just walk in.
semi-dry cars. Cherry chat.
Yeah, but listen.
Yeah.
You can't just say to me water slides, and that's just an end to the argument.
No, that is the argument. Water slide.
Yeah.
Matt and Rich and myself, we all were at a place called Jamboree Action Park
Yeah.
about a month or
You
so
control
ago,
the chafing.
where it's all water slides, and we were there for many hours. I got no chafe out of that.
But see, you were on the water slides for 96% of the time, right? Whereas here, you're only on the water slides for probably 42% of the time.
So
And the
what
rest
is
of the time, you're walking around
Oh,
getting chafe.
Now, I didn't get any chafes
Yeah.
at Jamboree, but there was always danger of it. Or maybe I was mindful.
I
Yeah,
had the beginnings, and it never eventuated. I was very, very lucky, I think.
Yes,
I
well,
can't tell you the
one-
last time I had chafe.
mm.
Now, am I an outlier?
Yeah, what's
Yeah.
your
Well, you might be. You're a front wiper.
Wow.
All right. Don't we need a scientist
See you later.
to
Oh no, he's out.
he's out. Oh no. Wiggins,
No, I'm staying in. I'm staying in. I'm staying in.
Wiggins, I've come up with a name for your game show. It's called For the Thrill of the Chafe.
Front wiper.
Surely it's
Front
just
wiper
the
chafe.
chafe.
Front
Hosted,
wiper
Chafe, yeah.
chafe. How do you
Hosted
just
by,
the chafe?
um,
Yeah, you're right. It should
By governor,
Right.
front wiper.
what's, what's
Why?
his fucking name? The ice head.
What?
Andrew O'Keefe.
Oh Jesus.
Oh,
Oh.
Andrew,
Yeah,
I
you're
got
right. The
wiper,
chafe
remember I
is
said
just
what-
straightforward, isn't it?
Now, why did you throw that out there? What's that got to do with it? Anything?
What?
The price of 10 flatties.
nothing. It hasn't. It's got nothing to do with it. It was a cheap shot, and I apologise. I
It's not-
apologise.
But hang
for
on,
it,
hang on.
but
It's only a cheap shot if that's like a put down. It's not a put down. It's one method of wiping ahead of another method of wiping.
Well, true.
Do we
But
need context for
okay.
people here?
No, I don't
No.
think so. I think front wipe says it all. The I think that in my own mind, and this is like this is something much deeper than than we've all sort of dealt with before. But
Don't
I think
say
in my own
deeper
mind-
when we're talking about this kind
No.
of stuff, will you?
I think that in my own mind, I feel like it's a put down, but in your mind, you don't.
No.
And that's why I apologized for it, because obviously I have a feeling and I have a thought in my own mind that being a front wiper is being less than being a back wiper.
Okay.
There's a lot of-
Here's some context, Rich, just before you come in. Here's some
sorry.
context for people. On our previous podcast, probably a couple of years ago now, I revealed the information that I was taught and have continued into adulthood to wipe back to front. Okay. And I was in the minority because obviously everyone else here wipes front to back. Now, what's interesting to me, Wigo, is that we had that conversation 3 years ago. That's really stuck with you.
Well, it has, but you know what the funny thing is that there's been additions to that particular conversation outside of our foursome. And one of those additions is the spit wipe. Now, okay, you just breathed out. Now, there was
Well, I don't like the sound of it. Whatever it is you're about to say, I don't know if I'm going to like it.
This is the Alabama wet
Has anyone
wipe,
else-
Wiggins?
I was going to say, is this the cold mountain?
yeah, this is
Yeah.
this is the like, and it's been sold to me as, and again, I've tried it. not a real big fan because it's like it's a.
What are we doing here, Wigo? What is this?
So, all right, so you take your dry toilet paper, and whichever way you're going to go, it doesn't matter. Like it's neither here nor there. But what you need to do prior to touching your anus, dirty anus, is spitting on it. Spitting on your toilet paper.
Why are we doing this?
Yeah, well, okay.
You invited drunk Wiggins.
I did tell drunk Wiggins he should join.
Usually Matthew talks more in these podcasts, but it seems like I've taken over.
I'm
But hang on,
sitting back watching.
Is this just coming from a chafey perspective?
No. This is coming from a clean anus perspective, supposedly. Now, these are the things that I've been told. Is that
Sorry. Just on that note, just before I'm going to give you an opportunity to dig out the hole here, Wiggins. We've actually got to
All right,
spit on it first. Can I spit on the stubble?
Yeah, spit on it first, Wiggins. Just spit on it.
Why are we spitting on our paper and touching it to our bums? I don't understand.
Hey, I agree. I agree, but I'm just telling you about it. It's a wet one. That's right. Go, Ellis. Sorry.
We've actually got a high school near us called Chafe. It's awesome. Anyway. Just if you wanted to,
Chafey?
If you wanted Chafe, it's called Chafe High School. All the Chafe brothers founded Mildura.
Oh,
seriously!
Wow!
What?
How do we not know about this?
I know. We have a Chafe chat. We've had a Chafe chat since I moved to Mildura.
Fair enough.
So I'm bringing it up now. The Chafe brothers found Mildura, and Chafe High School is a high school.
There's the Chafey Street for sure.
How's we not having a Chafe chat with three borders rubbing together? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Well,
listen.
That is gold, Wiggins.
There's some things to say here. I did have things to talk about. I can wait till next time. We're on a fucking thing.
We're on a heater.
We're on
Now,
a red line.
We're on a no hitter.
I wipe back to front, and I'm not afraid to admit that.
Yeah.
Am I really, honestly, going to be? What's happening? Who's talking while I'm talking?
No one.
Oh, okay. What was that sound that I heard? Was that just your fan cranking? Turn your fan up, we go.
He's just sticking his hand into the jar of yogurt again.
It's pseudo cream, Alice. It's pseudo cream.
Pseudo creaming it up.
What I ask you, Matt and Rich, is should I be taking this from someone who is a no-look wiper?
Hang on. All I am saying here is that I've been told about this, and it's something that I've tried, and I'm not a fan, but I wanted to at least let everyone know that is listening about the spit.
I've moved past the spitting on the toilet paper. I'm just going straight to the fact that
You're a no-look wiper.
You once admitted to us that you don't look down at the paper when you wipe, and you just go by. Well, you called it feel, by feel, but it really is going by assumption, isn't it?
All right. Well, I've learned.
Does that mean you're an over wiper though?
But see, that's the thing, right? Like I've now gotten to the stage where I am an over wiper. Like I'm a multi-wipe. I'm definitely a multi-wipe, and the environmentalists won't be happy with it, but
yeah,
I'm definitely going heavy on the wipe, and I'm probably going an extra one, if not two wipes over what I probably need to.
Now, is that because you just refuse to look, though?
You know what the funny thing is, Stu?
Oh, listen
I'll
in.
just say this directly to you.
Yeah.
And it's only happened in the last sort of 3 to 4 months. We're starting to look, and I think it might be just subconsciously. I'm thinking about you while I'm pooping.
All right. Okay.
Are you going to start doing the back to front look like?
No.
Did you? Once you started looking, hang on. This is important. Once you stared looking, did you find?
No.
Yes. Yeah.
once you started looking, did you find you were more or less correct in your
No, I was there and
assumptions?
thereabouts.
Yeah.
I was there and thereabouts. So I looked and went, so like you're going to have a bet, right? Like, well, I am anyway, because I'm a betting man. So I'm usually like, I reckon I'm good.
Yeah.
Have a look. No. One more. Yep. That's
Was
a good
this
Yep.
with or
With the
without
over-unders
aid
on the number of wipes you need, William.
Oh, that's a
one.
great question.
And in I'm ahead.
What?
I'm ahead.
Ahead of the number of wipes? Does that mean less or more?
ahead of what he thought he needed? Is that what he means?
I'm in the positive.
I'm still confused.
In that, I've wiped. And I've gone, do I need another one? And look, I'm good.
Now,
No,
is this
I'm good.
with the aid of wet wipes, or
I let
are we
the
all
undies
dry?
try
Are we all
the
going, are we all going in dry?
No, this is all dry, and I'm not real comfortable with the wet wipe. Like a wet wipe on its own is different to a spit tape, right?
Yeah.
Because you've really got to be targeted with the spit tape, right? Because
I don't want to hear about people spitting on
Fair
there and then putting up their date. I don't know. Is that just me?
Putting it up there.
no.
Oh, like,
agree
are
with
these
you.
people
I
With
agree
a
with you.
chimney sweep's
I
brush,
agree
or
with
what's
you,
going on?
are these people really so kind of destitute that they can't afford some wet wipes if they want them?
Well, you
Yeah.
can't flush wet wipes.
That's exactly right, Alice. Right. So there's a
So then you've got the toilet. You got the bin next to the toilet full of shitty
Yeah,
wet
it's
wipes.
Mediterranean, man. You've got a bin for the toilet paper.
Yeah, didn't they? Well, that's what they do in Korea. There's lots of countries where that's the thing.
Yeah.
You don't
You
flush,
don't
toilet
flush the
paper.
paper. Yeah.
No, I understand. I understand.
great
that,
when
but
you've got
why?
food poisoning.
Why do I have to leap immediately to spitting on toilet paper? That
Well, how
seems.
else is well, you can't run the tap into the toilet paper because
Oh.
then you'd really just go on fingers, right? Like you just like fingers. Did you guys really want me on this podcast?
Yes.
Have legitimate talking points about high school and my children.
Yeah.
All right. Let's
Do
hear
they
about high school children.
They're wet
Do we want to
wipes.
hear about them now, or do we?
How do they wipe?
Yeah. Did they teach them how to wipe at school? Is that what you're saying?
I want to talk about. I really do want to talk about it, but I'm also intrigued about what made Wiggo change his stance from no look to look. as
Thought
well.
about you while he was pooping, Buckler.
I think-
You.
Like,
It's the end of Rocky
I-
Four, Buckland. If Wiggins can change, and you can change, we can all change.
I don't need to change. There's nothing wrong with me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Russian.
Speak like someone who wipes from
We are
back
an
to front.
open, inclusive society these days, guys. When this isn't the 70s, come on.
Yeah. You need to
I
go.
don't know
Hey,
if there's a
do things one way doesn't mean that I'm doing it the other way. I'm
Is there a
always happy to
pronoun I
change.
can use that
Yeah.
indicates that I
so
wipe?
Buckland, you need to take to social media, and you need to start. You get your own YouTube series, which is you can't make fun of anyone anymore except white men who wipe back to front. That's what we're down to.
And gargoyle.
That is it. That is it.
All right. So we're here now, so I may as well talk a bit about this. There was a bit of discussion about this very topic in a Facebook group that I'm a part of.
Oh.
And the primary concern of the back wipers was that you would just wipe shit onto your ball sack.
Yeah, and taint even.
Yeah, that's why it's called a taint.
It's got enough. It's got its issues or enough.
But listen.
So,
I don't know if
can we continue with the personification of the taint, please? Ellis, could you think a bit more about the poor taint having enough to deal with?
He's got to sound like Woody Allen, surely.
should we put this one out?
Oh, I'm down here and like between the ball sack and the asshole. And what? I've got problems enough. I don't need you wiping right on top of me.
So everyone's taint is Woody Allen.
Absolutely. If your taint is not Woody Allen, then what is wrong with you? If anyone's got a Rambo taint,
He's
a Stallone taint.
Yep.
Hey, oh, I don't want no shit on me.
Anyway, the point is that I don't know if it comes with the territory for back wipers, but you don't have that bigger range of wipe. You only
There's no flourish.
Yeah, like how big is your kind of follow through?
Oh, massive. Like we're talking
Why? It doesn't need to be.
a sheet.
You're up and away.
Easy. You start at one end and one end of the sheet to the other.
Well, I guess that's just what you learn doing one method over another, but there's no need for flourish as a front wiper.
I think there's definitely need for a flourish. Just like
What would you know? You're not know what it's like, man.
We go to Tate's Bob Fosse.
And just hands.
And step and
Tell
flourish.
me what to do. I'm just a taint. Please
All that
stay away
taint.
from my ball sack. Don't drag your shit onto my taint.
Oh, dear me.
You can't be loose as a
My
front
sons.
Oh, yeah, but your son's at school.
front wiping.
No, we're gonna go beyond this.
Oh well. What? Hang on. Whoa.
Oh, wait. You think we're moving on, Buckland? Sorry, continue, Wiggins. You have the floor.
You have the floor. You have the stool. You have
You have the tank. Sorry. Go.
no.
Be here for 7 minutes.
No, please.
Look, I know that it's not the right question to ask, but which way do your sons want?
Oh, great question.
I don't know.
But you surely, I mean, didn't you have to teach your children?
I didn't do that. No,
Right.
I was at work most of the time when they were,
that's
pooping in the
that's fair
daytime.
enough.
Pooping
But
in
now
the
you get to ask that
daytime.
question.
Back pre-COVID when you had to go to the office every day, we had to go to work every day, every
It was a
day.
different life back then. Was it, well, in that time frame, it was definitely different. So, wow.
You need to ask your wife how she taught your boys how to wipe, Buckland.
Look, I'm okay with them however they are. They can be
Yeah,
whatever,
you know what? You're right. You're a modern.
however they want
father.
to be.
Yeah.
I'm okay with
The
it.
mechanics of it is just baffling me. Like it's a it's a longer route, surely. Like
It's just give it a go. You'll find out that it's not as long as you think.
it's brown. I don't know.
But we can safely assume that being taught by a female that they are back wipers.
Back wipers, absolutely.
But they would have to be 100% back wipers.
Well, likely, but you know what?
For no other reason than it is dangerous to be a front wiper when you're a female.
But listen,
Like,
we are instinctively designed to want to pass our genetic material on and keep it going and keep it spanning down through the ages.
But don't you get like weed
Part of-
dregs
part
all
of
over
front
your
wi-
arms
front-
and hands and stuff?
Front wiping is not a part of that. I do not need my sons. I do not need spiritually, instinctively, or any other way. I do not need my sons to follow my path in that area.
okay.
Literally.
And
No, and that's
Okay.
it. I do not know how they wipe, nor do I care how they wipe, nor nor is it something that I'm going to force upon anyone.
And you know what, Buckland? I agree with you wholeheartedly, but from our wiping discussions, I have definitely learned things. So it has been a learning experience for me as a male human, and knowing other male humans and discussing our wiping habits with each other. I have learned things, or have been able to discover things just around my own wiping capabilities. And
look, I have got those older episodes of us talking about this. I could re-release that for context of people going, like an origin story of a conversation.
An orifice story.
Whew.
Should we leave it there?
I reckon.
Yeah.
There's been worse, all right? There's been worse. There's been worse.
Oh my god! I'm so glad you did turn up. With
Yeah,
me. That
fantastic.
I honestly, I knew you said you were drunk. I honestly didn't know that you were going to come in hard with chafe and wiping.
It was not only that he came in talking about wiping, but he just refused to let the conversation move past it.
To yield.
That I appreciate.
You on the floor, Mr. Wiggins. No, we're going to talk about front wipers right now. I want to know.
Yeah, but Buckler was like Jack Nicholson in A Few Good Men, and he was Tom Cruise. I'm not letting you leave the stand until you explain it.
And I suppose now's the time when I tell everyone that if you've got any questions about front wiping, send them in. We'll address them next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. As I say, wee dregs. Is that an issue for you, Buckland, or not?
Go on. What?
Wee dregs on the hands and arms. Is that an issue?
I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, when you do a poo, you often do a wee.
All right, we're not going anywhere.
But you don't wipe. You don't wipe your ass as the poo's coming out.
Yeah, but you still have some residue there. Oh. Don't you?
Like you wee and then you poo, and then when you wipe, you're collecting wee on your arm. Is that what you say?
I'm saying you've got like a you've got like a bit
You need to
of
change your washer, mate. You need to change your washer if you're dripping that long after.
Yeah, there's a drip going on.
As we get older, there's definitely something like hanging in the pipes. If you're going front on,
and particularly if you're sitting down.
Yeah.
What do you mean hanging in the pipes?
Hanging in the pipes.
Yeah,
it's an amazing title.
That's got to be a title for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you ever have to jump around? Like I stand up and have to do the quick swish around because I get the drip that's been caught from sitting down.
Oh, definitely.
I can't do sit down wees.
Well, I haven't noticed it, so it can't be an issue for me, I guess.
Good for you, Buckland. That's a real positive. That's a positive. Good for you.
Good
prostate health.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Fellas,
all right. Does that awkward silence suggest that we're done? No, we guys. What?
We guys still going.
I was talking about prostate chat.
Yeah, I was going to say good
Go on
prostate
then.
chat.
It's dead pants. You may as well.
Yeah,
well,
prostate
maybe
check.
next episode. Maybe next episode when I'm less drunk, we can talk about prostates.
That's a promise, listeners.
All right. If you have any questions about front wiping, if you got any questions about grapes, if you got any questions about water slides and chafe, send them in. We'll address them. And I might get to the actual stuff that I wanted help with next time. Farewell, everybody. Ben, Matt, Rich. Good night, fellas.
Good night.
Good night.
This is an Angry Chimp podcast.